Hello and welcome back. My name is Trenton Hoshiko, and today's budget lighting video, I'm telling you to skip out on the Ulanzi Cute Lite. There are some good points to this light, like the accessories that came with the kit, but it cannot be understated how easily this light broke for me with almost no use. Specifically, I think it's the internal power switch that broke, so now this is a non-functioning paperweight. Now for a story. So my hair light that's up here to my right is a great Lume Cube 1.0 that I bought used a few years ago on the internet. It's powerful, it's compact, and it works exactly as I needed it to. So when I wanted another small USB edge light that I could, put on the camera or whatever I have on the left over here, I figured that I could get away with something similar but maybe cheaper because I didn't need so much output. And with the 5 power levels on here, I will say that it's nowhere near as bright as a Lume Cube 1.0. But I didn't need a lot of power, and this one was cheap, so what's the worst that could happen? Well, let me tell you, I was very, very wrong. First off, I really do not like this uncommon magnetic charging cable on the back. It just constantly falls off and it gets in the way of how I use it. So much so that I actually skipped using this for a very long time until I had a new plan that included mounting it differently, which I recently finalized, which is great. I get to use it in my setup. I turn it on, check it, it casts light just perfectly, and then I turn it off, make some more adjustments, and I go back to turn it on, and the switch no longer clicked in or out, and the whole unit will not power on. No exaggeration, I probably cycled the power on this light 10 or 11 times since I bought it 18 months ago for around $50. Essentially, each power cycle cost me $5, and now it no longer works at all, and that's not a great lifespan. From what I can tell, there's an outer shell made of plastic across the entire light. Now, this provides protection and waterproofing, which is great, but it leaves only a flexible spot where you're pressing to actually trigger the internal switch. Because it no longer clicks when I press right there, I think that switch is what broke. Which is interesting because the plastic isn't actually quite flexible enough to make pressing on the spot easy. To its credit, I will say that the accessories kit that came with this at the $50 price point is actually quite good. It includes the great case, which actually provides a lot of padding and support, mini barn doors, which I actually use in the Lume Cube, a mini snoot, magnetic filters, color gels, diffusion filters, and since they're almost identical in size to the Lume Cube, I use them with that. If you are looking for one of these little LED mini reflector lights, maybe for travel, I would recommend the Lume Cube over this one by far, especially when considering that I bought the Lume Cube used in a decent but not perfect state, and all of its features still work and all of its buttons push perfectly, versus the Ulanzi Cute Lite that had its button, its one and only button, fail immediately. But hey, now I can finally take one of those Instagram floating gear photos everyone is very sick and tired of. If you like lighting equipment videos like this one, please give the video a like to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for upcoming videos about tools for cinematography, lighting, and micro-budget filmmaking. You can also find links to my Patreon, Ko-fi, Twitter, Mastodon, Hey.cafe, and more profiles in the video's description below if you want to support these videos, get extra content, or connect with me on social media so you can see pictures of my cats. And as always, stay safe and do something kind for someone today.